It is a statement I would have made many times before. There's a young man who he and I used to play domino before COVID. On the few occasions that he was having the better of me, you usually make some comments like, I have knocked out Mr. Brown brain. As the West Indies goes into this match under 5-love, and the carnage that have taken place in the first 10 overs of the England innings, probably, just probably, England have knocked out the brain of the hapless West Indies team. Hello everyone, welcome to the #1 cricket channel in the Caribbean. I thank you for being here. I appreciate your company and I hope we will have a very interesting match. I have often said that the match is not over until the other team bats. This pitch is playing wonderfully well, and whatsoever England gets, West Indies can also surpass it. For me, 6-love is a hard pill to swallow. So expect that the West Indies batsmen will come back in the second part of the match. The pitch is playing very well. It will be on the lights when West Indies batting. So let's see what happens. I'll quickly go through the England batting. Only 3 batsmen. James Smith was caught by Hetmyer, bowled by Moti for 60 of 26 deliveries. He hit 4 fours and 5 sixes. In the previous over, though, Hetmyer would have dropped James Smith. A sitter hit straight to him. He dropped it. Ben Duckett is not out on 62 from 29 deliveries. And Josh Buttler is on 13 from 5 deliveries. England, after 10 overs, 135 for 1. Bowling for the West Indies, Akeal Hussain, 2 overs, no maiden, none for 24. Jason Holder, 2 overs, no maiden, none for 23. Romario Shepherd, 2 overs, no maiden, none for 39. Alzarri Joseph, 2 overs, no maiden, none for 32. Moti, 2 overs, no maiden, 1 for 17. At time in this game, you wonder who is captain in the team. Is it Ravman Powell or is it Shai Hope? Has Shai Hope become frustrated already? Because there are times when it clearly looks like Ravman Powell is setting the field. Hussain over the wicket, bowls to Duckett, who comes on his back foot but cannot beat cover. It's 135 for 1 after 10.1. So the West Indies playing 11. Shimron Hetmyer comes in at the expense of Ruston Chase. That was the only change that made to the team from the team that played in the second match. Hussain over the wicket, bowls to Duckett, who slapped it down to wide long on for a single. 1 more to the total as Romario Shepherd sends the return in. So West Indies have gone into the match with 5 specialist bowler, and that's a dangerous thing to do in a T20 match, but the 5 bowlers have to see this through. I don't know if Rutherford will turn over his arm for an over or Ravman Powell for an over. We don't know, but all the bowlers except Moti, his 2 overs went for 17 runs. That's okay. So we are waiting now as Josh Buttler comes into strike. So there's a deep backward square leg. Hussain round the wicket, bowls to Buttler, who played it down to the man at mid-wicket on the mid-wicket boundary for a single. 1 more to the England total. That will put them up now to 138. 138 in over number 11. 137, sorry. Hussain over the wicket, bowls to Duckett. Duckett pulls down towards wide long on. The fielder comes around, cannot get there, 4 runs. Has it gone all the way? No, 1 bounce 4. It was short and he pulled 141 for 1. England in over number 10.4. 10.4 overs have been bowled. Please remember to slash a like on the video and click on the subscribe button. Our target is 100 likes. So our target today is 100 likes. So please slash a like on the video. Click on the subscribe button. Here is Hussain. Over the wicket, bowls to Duckett, who slug sweep away down to backward square leg for a single. And that's one more to the total. 142 for 1 in over number 11. So all the West Indies bowlers have been taken to the cleaners here today. England not letting up at all. All the bowlers been taken to the cleaners. Let's see what happened now as Hussain, his final delivery of over number 3. Round the wicket, bowls to Butler. Butler down the pitch and hit it high in the air, down towards long on. Let's see what happened. It's over the rope for 6. Down the ground, hitting it high in the air, down towards long on. The fielder from Cow Corner came around, but he could not do nothing about it. It's 148 for 1 after 11 overs. 148, West Indies winning the toss and sent England into bat. And after 11 overs, they have piled it on the West Indies. They are 148 for 1. 148 for 1. So that's the third over from Hussain. At the end of his third over, 3 overs, no maiden, none for 37. Josh Butler is on 20. Ben Duckett is on 68. England 148 for 1 after 11 overs. As I said in my opening comment, I still think that the West Indies have not batted yet, so we do not know how many is enough on this pitch. The West Indies, we have the batting to chase it down, and let's see what will happen. We can definitely get these runs. Whatsoever England makes, we can also make it. So, Rutherford is it? Yeah, and this, let's see. As I summarize, we will probably get an over 2 from Rutherford or maybe Powell, but apparently they are going with Rutherford. The Ambrosing over the wicket, balls outside the half stump, slashed away down towards the field and the cover boundary. That's from Mario Shepherd, who sends the return in. Good start there by Rutherford. Having bowlers that are going for 13 and 15 and 18 and 19 runs per over, I don't think anything wrong with getting Rutherford into bowler over. Sheo has to try something. 149 for 1 after 11.1 overs. Here is Rutherford. Bowls to Butler, wide signal, as that was wide outside the half stump. 150 now for 1. So the England 150 is up after 11.1 overs. But Rutherford here just going wide. Butler realizing that it was wide, just allows it to go through. It's 150 for 1 now. There's Romario Shepherd going for 19 runs and over. 19 and a half. Outside the half stump, slapped away down to the cover boundary. The fielder there is Gudakesh Moti. And there's only another single. 151 for 1. So, yes, 19, 16. Holder for 11. Hussain for 12.3. So, I think that would have been another wide if Butler had left it alone. But thankfully, he decided to stretch. He got the bottom edge. It goes down to the field and the cover boundary. Rutherford to Duckett, who edged it down to third man. The fielder came across, misfield. But they stayed on 1. He sends the return in. So good over this by Rutherford thus far. It's just you're keeping your fingers crossed and see how he will come out of it. If he come out of this over for 8 runs, then we would all be happy as West Indian fans. So we are keeping our fingers crossed here. Rutherford to Butler, who swings hard, West Indian type fashion. It goes down to Jason Holder at long on, only a single, as He swung at that one in the way that the West Indian would have swung at a delivery, losing his shape, and it goes down to the fielder at long on for a single. So good going here by Rutherford. 2 deliveries to go in this over. Very interesting. Let's see what happens. Rutherford over the wicket, bowls to Duckett, and Duckett slap this down to the field on the cover boundary. One more. Good going here by Rutherford. Can he finish well here now? 154 for 1 with 1 delivery to come in over number 12. Butler is on 42. Duckett is on 71. Shafane Rutherford in his first over. So there's a short third man, there's a leg slip, there's a backward square leg, and there's a wide mid-off. There's a long on, there's a man at third man, there's a man at deep mid-wicket, and there's a man at long on. That's the field as Rutherford comes in now to bowl to the former English captain. He bowls outside the arse stump, high in the air, cover, chance. Chance here for cover. Chance took the catch, Hetmyer. So he goes, good over that by Shafane Rutherford. Brilliant over that by Shafane Rutherford. 1 wicket and 6 runs. Well done. Brilliant over. England 154 for 2. Will you give him another one? Will you give Rutherford another one? It was a wide delivery, you know. If Butler leave it alone, it would have been a signal a wide. He reached for it and he slapped it down. Hetmyer came around, took the catch, and West Indies picked up their second wicket with the unlikely man Shafane Rutherford creating the chance, completed by Shimron Hetmyer. And West Indies celebration there, celebrated 154 for 2 as Wiggle Shoulder comes off the field. So, would you give Rutherford another over? Would you give Rutherford another over? So, Moti is going to bowl his third, but would you give Rutherford another over from the next end? From the same end that he bowled? Or do you, with the breakthrough, do you go back to your premier bowlers, see if they can knock over another wicket or 2? Moti over the wicket, bowls to Ben Duckett, and he clipped this down to a fine leg for a single. 1 more to the total. England 155 for 2. It was a wide delivery, but well bowled Rutherford. And Hetmyer, after dropping a catch, has now taken 2. So yes, he's 2 from 3 when it comes to catching. He dropped a sitter earlier. Well, Jamie Smith never really profited a lot from the sitter that Hetmyer dropped. It was like in the 9th over, and he took it in the 10th or something like that. So it's just 1 over longer than Jamie Smith batted. As Moti bowls to the right-handed Brook, who turned it down to deep mid-wicket for a single. 1 more to the total. Charles came off the boundary there. 156 for 2. England batting first after West Indies winning the toss. So remind you that we're looking at 100 likes. Moti full toss. Duckett swiped at it down to long on for a single. It's 157 for 2. Duckett moves up to 73. Harry Brook on 1. He will comes into strike now. 12.3 overs. After this, 7 remaining in the England innings. So 7 remaining. Here is Moti bowls to Brook, and Brook played it down to long on for a single. 1 more to the total. 158 for 2. England 158 for 2. Remind you, we're looking 100 likes here. 100 likes. 158 for 2. Moti bowls clipped away by Duckett down to mid-wicket for a single. They're looking for a second, but it's not on as the fielder came off the boundary and prevented it. After 12.5 overs, England 159 for 2. Harry Brook is on 2. Ben Duckett is on 74. It's really looking a belt of a pitch. Or is it the skill set? Is it the skill set of the West Indies bowlers? Budakesh Moti bowls to Harry Brook, cannot beat Rutherford at backward point. The score remains at 159 for 2 after 13. It will be very interesting to see who's going to bowl this next over. Personally, I don't know what I would do, Go back to Rutherford? No, I'm going back to Alzari or Romario. I think I've gotten the breakthrough. No, I'll go back to Rutherford, I'm going back to Rutherford. I'm giving them another over. Yeah, I'm going back to Rutherford. I'll go back to Rutherford. So let's see what is going to happen. What a carnage it was in the opening overs of this match. Really, thank you for joining. I appreciate it. It says Rutherford outside the half stump, slapped to cover. Number 23. Number 25, that's Johnson Charles in 25. He stopped it from passing him. The score is 159 for 2 after 13.1. So Rutherford there just ambering and just pitching up and wide outside the half stump. Slap to the man as he comes in now. Bowls to Duckett and Duckett short. He looks to cut. Goes down towards backward point. Work for the fielder down there. Good stop there. He doesn't know where the ball is. But importantly, he stopped it cleanly. They come back for 2. That's okay. Number 17, that's Evan Lewis. 161 for 2 there. Good work there by Lewis. Just coming around and bending at the knee at the right time. He never pulled out the slide. Probably, have you ever seen Evan Lewis slide yet? I'm not quite sure. Rutherford bowl short, slow bouncer. Hit away, down to Lewis again. He comes across again. This time he made a meal of it. Absolute meal of it this time. And it just allows it. He just pushed the ball into the boundary for 4. He just came around. He needed to slide. And he didn't slide. He needed to slide. Wow. And he tried to go again with his one hand. He needed to pull out the slide. But probably he doesn't have that technique. So, he should have stopped that ball. 165 for 2. Rutherford bowls to Duckett down the leg side. The umpire signal wide. The signal wide. The West Indies captain and bowler think that they were all done by that signal. As the batsman moved across his half stump, and Rutherford saw what he was doing, fired it down the left side. But to be honest, the white line there that the umpire used as a guide, it's just a guide. Wide again by Rutherford. So 2 consecutive wides. So this over has gone for 2, 4, 8. 8 thus far from 3 deliveries. He needs to come out of this over well now. And this is always the fear to give the part-time a second over. But the way the main bowlers were bowling, I don't think Rutherford can do worse. In the air, over the top, down to the field at cover. On the boundary, Rutherford, Romario Shepherd, who sends the return in. 168 now for 2. Duckett moves up to 81 from 43 deliveries. And Brook is on 2. Every one of these matches, we have to be praying and hoping that an English batsman don't make 100. It's we have to always be praying and hoping that they don't. So it's Rutherford bowls to Harry Brook, who steered this away down to 3rd man for 4. So it was short off the back foot and he steered it away down to 3rd man for 4. The score moves up to 172 for 2 after 13.5 overs. Rutherford 1 for 19 from 1.5. Let's hope he can close out this over well. Can close out this over well. This over. If he can end this over, if this can go for a single or better yet a wicket, but just want to prevent a boundary in this over. Rutherford bowls to Brook. Yorker, well bowled. He dug it out and they got a single. Well bowled. But that should be the end of his spell though. 2 overs, 1 for 20. Thank you for the breakthrough. But that should be the end of his spell. And so you need now to go back to your main bowlers. The main bowlers have to come to the party now. The Shepherd, the Older, the Joseph. It's their time now to come to the party. As we look at 100 likes, we need to get up to 100 likes here. Really looking forward to interact with you, but we need to get up to 100 likes here. So hopefully soon we'll get up to 100 likes so the interaction can start. 173 for 2. 14 overs have been bowled. 6 overs to go. What total are England looking at? 12 6 72. They're looking at 258, 260. Hussain, round the wicket, bowls to Brook, who gave himself room and drives down to long on for a single. 1 more to the total. This is Hussain's 4th and final over in this match. None for 38 from 3.1 overs. Harry Brook is on 8. Ben Duckett is on 43. England 174 for 2 after 14.1 overs. 174 for 2 after 14.1 overs. The West Indies bowling have been taken to pieces here. Hussain over the wicket, bowls to Duckett, pitch full. They guide it down to long on. They're looking for 2. They're coming back for 2. The fielder cannot prevent it. 2 more to the total. 178 now for 2 after 14.3. Duckett is on 83. 176 for 2 after 14.2. Well, the scoreboard is so fast that I thought it was a turned over as yet. But it was already turned over, so my bad. Over the wicket, come Hussain, bowl a full toss to Duckett, who slapped it back past him down to long on. Wow, it went right through his hand, and we saw that earlier too when Joseph was bowling and Duckett slapped one right back through his hand. And this time again, it slapped back through the West Indies bowler hand. A little slight there from the spinner. He should have taken that. Well, no. Well, I'm too harsh. I'm a little too harsh. It was over his head. He was not going to get there. Or could he have done better? Well, I would like to see it again to give an opinion. Hussain comes in, bowls to Brook, and he never delivered. 3.3 overs, none for 41. England 177 for 2 after 14.3. 5.5 overs to go after this one. Round the wicket comes Hussain, bowls to Brook, down the pitch, and he hit it down to long on. Chance, short of Powell circling around. Would have loved to be at the ground and to see what was the approach of the former West Indies T20 captain on that occasion. Well, maybe this will give you a better angle. Well, fair enough. I don't think he could have gotten to the ball. Could he have cut to the ball? No, I don't think he would have gotten there. Down the leg side. Out. Bold. Bold behind him. Bold. Get off, Duckett. No one can make 100 against West Indies in this series. Get off. Well done, Hussain. Well done. Get off, Duckett. Can't make 100. Come off, boy, you want to make 100. Get off. 178 for 3. No one is going to make 100. Move across his stump. Misses. Stop, leg stop, knock back. He has been playing all these shots from morning and I've been getting away with them. Some look at cheeky shots. some look at cheeky shots and getting away with them. But Hussein, if his luck finally run out, Ben Duckett looks finally run out. You know, they're clapping in him. So that's their team. That's their right to clap him. But I have to celebrate the West Indies wicket. I'm so happy. So very happy. He never made 100 because I was worried. I was perturbed. I was perturbed. For a long while, I was perturbed. But I'm so very happy that he never made the 100. Don't want anyone to make 100 against West Indies. Never, never. Never want anyone to make 100 against West Indies. Remember, please slash a like on the video. If you are not seeing the thumbs up button to like the video, just click off the live chat and then you will see the thumbs up button. Click on the thumbs up button and then you can go back to the live chat. It doesn't take 2 seconds. It's free and you only have to click one time. Let's get the likes up to 100 here. So, Bethel, the Barbadian-born English representative. How many different countries? How many different countries are individuals are in this English team? Hussein over the wicket, balls to the left-handed. Bethel, who clipped this off his pad to short fine leg. They stay at their crease. It's 178 for 3 after 15. Hussein, 4 overs, no maiden, 1 for 42, and the smiles come back to his face. Now, Alzarri Joseph or Romario Shepherd must bowl a good over here. Must. They must bowl a good over here now. Must. There's no doubt about it. They must bowl a good over. So, Hussein, 4 overs, no maiden, 1 for 42. Jason Holder, 2 overs, no maiden, none for 23. Romario Shepherd, 2 overs, no maiden, none for 39. Alzarri Joseph, 2 overs, no maiden, none for 22. Budakesh Moti, 3 overs, no maiden, 1 for 22. And Shafrain Rutherford, 2 overs, no maiden, 1 for 20. So they are going with Alzarri Joseph. He must deliver a good over here now. Must. Better yet, get a wicket. Please remember, slash a like on the video. We need to get up to 100 likes. It comes in now, Alzarri Joseph. Bowls to Harry Brook, who moves around his crease and paddle this. He scoop it down to fine leg for 4. Wow. Wow. What do you do? 182 for 3. 182 for 3. You know, you look at those shots as he scoop it. You look at those shots from the English batsmen, and when they play all these shots that have been evolved in the game, the game evolve and all these new shots have comes in. And you look at the West Indies batsmen, and when we try to play them, we are not so effective in playing them. And the answer for that is simple. That these batsmen practice it more than us. They practice it more than us. You know? Joseph over the wicket, bowls to Brook, followed him. Oh, misses it though, but he was still able to stop it. Let's watch the signal from the umpire as that delivery. By the time it reached the batsman, it was out of camera shot. Looking for the umpire to see. There apparently no signal. 183 for 3. Let's see from this replay. Brook was giving himself room. Joseph followed him. It was a drop catch. So Shea Hope dropped the catch, but it was always a difficult catch. He made the effort. He made the commitment. Can't blame him for that. You hope that it would have stuck. But I am happy to see that he never backed out, but he went for the catch. Happy to see that. Good effort by Shea Hope, the West Indies captain. Joseph over the wicket, bowls to Bethel, short, outside the half stump, cut away down to backward point. Good catch Moti. Evan Lewis misfield, but limit them to 1. 184 for 3. And just to finish up on the point that I was making about these shots that the English played more than us. And I know that there are some who will willing to quick to say that you have to teach them these things from they are young. But at the same World Cup in 2018 that Harry Brook was, and Hetmyer was also there, Harry Brook was playing these shots at that World Cup, so that means he have learned them since. Shot by Joseph, pulled away down to back with a square leg. Can Rutherford prevent two? Charles would say, and Shea Hope made a meal of the return. However, he's backed up in the offside. And an even more prime example of that is Josh Butler. At 27, 28, Josh Butler was playing these shots, but he has evolved his game, he has worked on his game, and the old dogs have learned new tricks. It's only in the West Indies that we are not evolving our game, because there's a perception from some, certainly not from me, that after a certain age you can't learn anything new. Not true. Wild delivered down the leg side by Joseph went away for 5 wide down to the fine leg boundary. It was a wild delivery down the leg side. 186 for 3 after 15.4 overs. So 4.2 overs to come after this. Wild. After that over, and that's why I was making the point that Joseph and Shepherd, they have to come now and bowl some good overs. I expect Jason Holder to come from the other end. That's my thought process. I don't think Moti, although bowling 3 overs, will bowl again. Over the wicket. Bowl, swings, misses. Oh, took the catch. He's out. Must be. You have to review that. He gave himself room. He swings and the ball went between body and stump. Hope did well to stop it. Not out, said the umpire. So 4 overs to go after this. Joseph would have 1, Shepherd would have 2, Holder would have 2. So that's 5. So I expect Holder to come from the other end. That was a quick delivery by Alzarri Joseph. 191 for 3. None for 45 from 2.5. He comes in now. Over the wicket. Bowls to Brook, and Brooks pull. Goes through to the keeper. Let's see what will happen here now. End of the over. 191 for 3 after 16 overs. England batting first are 191 for 3 after being asked to take first strike by the West Indies. They are 191 for 3. So let's try and get these likes up to 100. So remind you that if you're not seeing the thumbs up button, just click off the live chat and click on it. So Hetmyer have taken 2 catches on his return to the West Indies team. So, well, okay, they have gone back to Gudakesh Moti to bowl over number 17. That would have been my choice, but I guess two of the seamers are going. Moti bowls to the left-handed Bettel, who slap this to extra cover, and they go through for a quick single. So good start to the over there by Gudakesh Moti, 192 for 3 now after 16.1. Good start to the over by Gudakesh Moti. Moti ball outside the half stump. The bats. Oh, that's a harsh call. I would love to see that delivery again. I'm sure it was inside the blue line. It pitched inside the blue line and then turn away. I don't think you can call that wide. I understand the one before Moti comes in, bowls to Harry Brook in the air, chance, out of the reach, down towards the field and the cover boundary. So good start to the over here by Gudakesh Moti. Very good start. Only 3 runs from the first 2 legal delivery. Can we restrict them to less than 250 at this stage. Can we? Harry Brook on 17. Gudakesh Moti. Over the wicket. Bowls down the leg side. Swung away high in the air. Does it got the distance? Or dropping in somebody's hand? Or it drops in somebody's hands in the crowd, of course. So 6 runs there. 200 for England is up. So the 200 for England is up. I was just hoping that that one would drop in someone's hand. But it didn't. As it swung away high into the air, into the crowd. Let's watch this next delivery from Gudakesh Moti now, though. That one never went so well, but hopefully he will get his man on this occasion. So that's the West Indies playing 11 there on the screen. Moti over the wicket, wide outside the half stump to Bettelly. This down the ground. Chance, definitely chance. Oh, chance out of the ground. Oh boy. So 2 sixes off those 2 deliveries. The first 2 delivery went for only 3 runs, but these 2 now went for 12. So 15 from 4 deliveries. Let's pray and hope that somehow he finds a way to end this over well. 2 dot ball, 2 wickets, anything. Just end the over well, Moti. Round the wicket. He chose to go round the wicket and Bettel hit this in the air. Chance again. Chance. Oh. That's Lewis. He did his best to try and reel it in, but the net result is 6 more. So 3 sixes, 18, 21 from over number 17. And a lot of questions is going to ask, why give Gudakesh Moti over number 17? Can reply and said, well, Moti bowls to Bettel, full toss, slapped away down to long on, 22 from the over. As this time Shepherd picks up cleanly and sends the return in. So a lot of questions will be asked, why Moti bowl over number 17, but it's 22. Romario Shepherd is going back for 19 and a half runs are over. Alzari Joseph is going for 16 and mash. So, I would not have gone with Gudakesh Moti, but then the captain have to make the decision. At that time, Moti had bowled his 3 overs for 22 runs or something like that, because this one went for 22 and he ended up with 4 overs for 44 runs. The point I was making, though, I would have bowled him earlier. That 3rd over that Alzari Joseph bowled, I think I would have used Gudakesh Moti to bowl that over. I'd have bowled him, try and get him to bowl earlier than to bowl the 17th over. 3 overs to go, though. Older will bowl 2 of those. His previous 2 overs have gone for 23 runs. So Older will bowl 2 of those. And Joseph or Shepherd, who bowls the 19th over, is left to be seen. Older round the wicket, bowls to Bettel. This should be out. It should be out. Somebody take the... Oh, no. Oh, Lord. Who is that? Is this Rutherford? I hope that is not a hamstring problem to Rutherford, Wow. This is serious now, This is serious. He bent down to hold the ball and then he grabbed his left hamstring. It doesn't look good. Doesn't look good at all. He's walking fairly comfortable, though. wants to come off the field. Let's hope that he's just coming on to come off the field because the carnage that is going on. Let's hope so. Because he's walking fairly comfortable. So let's hope there's no, he just wants to come off the field. He probably felt something. It just a slight, he just felt a slight, something slight, and he said, you know, probably his pants, because you know the pants is tightly fitted. So probably his pants just rub against his thigh, and you know the human brain works fast, and it was an opportunity to say, let me get off this field here, this carnage that is going on. Let me go and watch it from the comfort of the pavilion. Let's hope that is nothing, because he's so crucial for this run chase. Older over the wicket, pitched up, driven back to the bowler. Good delivery there by Jason Older. 214 for 3 after 17.2. 214 for 3 after 17.2. So Older should bowl over 18 and 20. Who do you go for 19? Joseph or Shepherd? I'm going for Shepherd, you know. Holder over the wicket. Bowls to the right-handed Brook, who moves across his crease and he pulls it, tried to scoop it, but it never really comes out of the screw of the bat, and it drops shorter from Area Shepherd at short fine leg, and they get a single. Shepherd or Joseph? Shepherd. I'm going with Shepherd. Yeah, I'm going with Shepherd. There's a live poll going on, and I invite you to participate in the live poll. You would have seen as soon as you log on to the live stream, you would have seen 4 options there. Older bowler, good delivery. York the batsman, but it goes between bat and pad, between the stump and pad through to Sheho, and there is no run. So 40% of you think that Hetmyer will face more than 10 deliveries but less than 20. That's the 30% believe that he will face less than 10 deliveries. So in all, 70% believes that he will face less than 20 deliveries. Older around the wicket, bowls. The batsman swings down the ground. Straight as a die, the fielder comes across, put down his big shoes. That's Rutherford, Powell, and save 2, sends the return in. 2 more to the total. Well stopped. In the end, it doesn't matter how you stop it, does it? You just need to stop it. 217 for 3. I've never seen Rutherford Powell slide yet. I don't know if he practiced the slide, but he timed that right. But every time I see a fielder does that or done that, I always remember Nixon McLean. Always remember Nixon McLean. Bettel on strike. 217 for 3. Jason Older. Round the wicket. Bowls to Bettel. He went for a reverse sweep and gets it down to the boundary for 4. It's a good delivery by Jason Older. Full pitch delivery. Bettel was shaping for the reverse sweep, and it was a York, and he just somehow get the bat down on it in reverse sweeping, and it goes down to the boundary for 4. Lucky. Just lucky. 221 for 3 England. So Jason Older have completed his third over. So that's 3 overs, no maiden, none for 31. So they are going with Joseph. I guess they are going with him for his speed, and he is widely regarded as our premier bowler. So I can understand. So let's get, the likes are still just 71. So I'm saying that if you're interested in liking the video, just click on the thumbs up button. Just click on that thumbs up button. If you're not seeing the thumbs up button, click off the live chat and you will see the thumbs up button. 221 for 3. Joseph bowls, swing and a miss by Brook as it goes through to the keeper. Good delivery first up by the West Indies ace seamer Alzari Joseph. The score remains at 221 for 3 after 18.1. 221 for 3 after 18.1. Joseph is going to come in now. There's a short third man, a short fine leg. Why to the seam? Why to the a man bowling 140? You don't know. Swing and a miss again. Good pace there by Alzarri Joseph as it goes through to the keeper, Shea Hope, and there is no run. So Alzarri Joseph really bowling fast here. I'm waiting 83 miles per hour. Well, not that fast, but it was effective, eh? It was very effective as it goes through to the keeper. So high in the air. Let's see. That's what I'm saying. Why? Well, if there's a fine leg there, nonetheless, they want to get there. It sails over the boundary as he scooped that away. It's almost down on one knee and scooping it away high over fine leg for 6. Just using the pace of the premier bowler there. He gave himself room. He followed him and he just scooped it over his head. You know, he just help it away on his way. He just help it for 6. Harry Brook. Where do you bowl to modern batsmen? Where? Here's Alzarri Joseph. He's over the wicket. Bowls to Harry Brook, and Harry Brook giving himself room. He tucked him up. He steered it down to third man, looking for 2. It's not on. The return comes into Shea Hope. It's 228 for 3 after 18.4. So that one was 141 killer, which is about 88 miles per hour. This is a good over thus far enough. For despite this 6, it has only gone for 7. So need a good end to this over now. This delivery is crucial. Absolutely crucial. I can tell you there's a sweep on the cover boundary. There's a long on. There's an orthodox mid on right at the edge of the circle. And then there's a straight mid wicket. There's also a short third man in Jason Older. Here is Alzarri Joseph. He moves in now, passes the umpire, bowl to Bettel, and Bettel swings this down to long on. Chance. Oh, he just has to watch it sails over his head. That's Shepherd. Just has to watch it sail over his head. Pitched up into the slot. The premier fast bowler missed his length, and Bethel dismissed it over long on for 6. Missed his length, and it was dismissed. And it travels in the slot. He missed it. It travels. Once you miss, it's going to travel. However, we should limit them to under 250. Should. 1 over to 7 deliveries to come. Joseph to Bettel wide. 235 for 3. Wide outside the half stump. I would love to see that again because it was very close to a no ball, you know. That was very close to a no ball. So, but I think that they're showing you that the slower the ball, so you can bet they're going to use this graphics now. Below 70 miles per hour, the strike rate is 139. Above 75, it is 226. Joseph over the wicket, bowls to Bettel, steered away down towards cover in the air. Now on the bounce to Shimmer and Hetmyer. 1 more to the total, 236 for 3 at the end of over number 19. Can Jason Older limit this over to less than 14 runs? It's going to be very interesting. Very, very interesting. So please remember to slash a like on the video. Let's try and get it up to 100. So free. What is he signaling there? At one extra field has to come in because the West Indies are slow. So the West Indies are slow in their over rate. So they will only have 4 fielders outside the circle for this final over. Very interesting. So they have one extra fielder inside. Here is Jason Holder. Bowls, Yorker, good delivery. He nailed that one. Well bowled, Jason Holder. He's really bowling well, you know. Really bowling well. He nailed that first one. None for 31 from his 3.1 overs. Here he comes in now. Round the wicket, the lanky fast bowler bowls outside the half stump and he nailed it again as Bettel swings and misses and it goes through to the keeper. You know, we saw this in the previous over, so let's keep our fingers crossed. Let's keep our fingers crossed that it's much better this time around. Final over. Let's watch now as comes in, bowls wide. It's almost a no ball, you know. Brook was looking for the extra one, but it dropped just on the cut pitch. Just on the cut pitch. It's almost a no ball. Well, it was much further than I thought. It was much further in than I first thought. There. Jason Holder in now, round the wicket, bowls to Bettel, and Bettel hit it down the ground to long off. The fielder is there, and they prevent the two. It went straight to the fielder. Good 3 deliveries thus far by Jason Holder. Good 3 deliveries. So the England captain comes into strike. He's on 25 from 19 deliveries. Bettel is on 36 from 16 deliveries. There's a short third man and a short fine leg. There's a cover, extra cover mid-off. So those are the 5 fielders in the circle. There are 3 on the onside boundaries. The backward square leg now is a move further to his right. There's a deep mid-wicket and there's a long on and there's a sweep on the cover boundary. Holder comes in outside the half stump, hit away, down towards that fielder on the cover boundary. Hetmyer gave chase. Told the fielder coming off the cover boundary that it's okay. So I'll give you the field now. West Indies have, remind you, they only have 4 fielders, can only have 4 fielders outside the circle. So they have a deep backward square leg. It's about on a 45-degree angle to the stump. Then you have a deep mid-wicket and you have a wide long on. You then now on the offside, you have a sweep on the offside boundary. You have a short fine leg, a third man, extra cover, and a mid-off, short, hitting the air, down towards long off. There's no fielder there, gone for 6. So that one went for 6. 246 for 3. Can Holder prevent a boundary off this last delivery? I'll be very, very happy. If they don't get 250, we can get 250, you know, man. I really think that we can get 250. Definitely think that we can get 250. It's something I'm looking forward to. Please remember to slash a like on the video. We can get 250 here. So the field remained the same. Short fine leg, short third man, cover, extra cover mid-off, and those 4 fielders outside the circle. Holder bowls, final delivery, whipped away down towards that man at backward square leg, but it bounced. Mid-wicket get there before him. Who was that? Brandon King misfield. The return then comes in, return it at the bowler's end. They probably run out. It's left to see if he was run out. But well done, Jason Holder. Prevented England from getting up to 250. Final score is 248 for 3. I'll give you the West Indies bowling figures. Let me give you the England batting figures and then the West Indies bowling figures. Jamie Smith caught Hetmyer bowl Moti for 60 after he was dropped earlier by the same Hetmyer in the previous over. Then Ben Duckett was bowled by Hussain for 84, 46 deliveries, 10 fours, 2 sixes. Jamie Smith hit 4 fours and 5 sixes. Josh Butler was caught by Hetmyer, his second catch of the innings, bowled by Rutherford for 22. He faced 10 deliveries, he hit 1 4 and 2 sixes. In the end, Harry Brook was not out on 35 from 22, hitting 2 4s and 2 sixes, and Jacob Bethel, 26 from 16 deliveries, 1 4 and 4 sixes. England 248 for 3 from their 20 overs. Akil Hussain, 4 overs, no maiden, 1 for 42. Jason Holder, 4 overs, no maiden, none for 43. Romario Shepherd, 2 overs, no maiden, none for 39. Alzari Joseph, 4 overs, no maiden, none for 60. Budakesh Moti, 4 overs, no maiden, 1 for 44. Shafane Rutherford, 2 overs, no maiden, 1 for 20. Actually, Shafane Rutherford have the lowest economy. I would not have bowled him for any more overs, but one may look at that and said, his economy of 10 was the lowest by West Indies bowlers, plus he got a wicket. I really appreciate you being here. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. We'll be back with the start of the West Indies innings. In the meantime, listen to some music, please. wanted to ensure that Lewis never got a one ball again. So I never wanted to be live for that first delivery. And so Lewis duly obliged and hit it away for 6. So on Sunday morning, first delivery, plumb leg before. This time, first delivery, he hit it away for 6. It's just the beauty of cricket. What a wonderful game that we followed. West Indies 7 without loss after 2 deliveries. Johnson Charles cannot score that 125 today if West Indies are to win. He has to go quicker than that, most certainly. So let's hope that he will go quicker than that today. Luke Wood, the left-arm seamer bolster, Johnson Charles swings into a missing leg stump. The score remains at 7 without loss. So Lewis is on 6. Charles yet to get off the mark on the face, 1 delivery. So let's see what had happened. So really hoping that balls, Charles swings, misses, go between stumps and body through to the keeper, and there is no run. Really hoping that these likes will get up to 100 so we can have a conversation, but for the time being the likes are not yet 100, so I'll continue with the commentary. I must thank you all for tuning in though. It's a pleasure to have you here as we look at this match. So Luke, the left-arm pacer over the wicket, bowls to Charles, and Charles steered it to cover, and there is no run. Really just giving himself room, beating for pace there. The ball hit the bat instead of the bat hitting the ball. You know, Charles finding it difficult to deal with the new ball. But again, you know, you don't blame Charles. He never selected himself. 7 without loss. Hood over the wicket, bowls to Charles, and Charles giving himself room. Wood followed him inside edge onto his foot, no run. 7 without loss after 1 over. Johnson Charles 4 deliveries, not yet off the mark. Lewis 6 from 2 deliveries. He's just unable to cope. He's just simply unable to cope. He doesn't know what's going on. Surely he doesn't know what's going on. How dare anyone to convince me otherwise? You can say it, but it's going to be hard for you to convince me otherwise. Johnson Charles just simply don't know what's going on. I think this game has moved on from Johnson Charles now. And this should be really his last match in West Indies colours at this level. So Bryden Cast to pick it up, the right-arm fast bowler. He's going to come in now to bowl to Evan Lewis. Over the wicket, bowls to Lewis. Lewis tucks it away down to short, fine leg, and Charles come through quickly for a single. Well run, young man. Well run there, Johnson Charles. That was a quick singer, and he responded well. So 8 without loss after 1.1 over. Lewis just riding it, turn it to short, fine leg. And Charles was off in a flash and made it comfortable. Well run. Cast comes in now, bowls to Charles, and he swings and misses, and it goes through to the keeper. Just swinging from the hip, and then he reverse a proper shot where you hit it back from where the ball is coming. But when the ball delivers, it's just a swing across the line, bam across the line. The shot that he reversed to a proper high elbow. So he has been struggling. Despite the 47 in the previous match, you should agree that Charles is struggling. This game has passed him by now. This game at the highest level have certainly passed Charles by now. Cars comes in, bowls to Charles. He gave himself room and he hit it away down to the boundary for 4. Hold that, Cars. Who dare you to shot to Charles? He just pulled that away down to the boundary for 4. It went down there like a tracer. He was giving himself room. Cars followed him and he swung through the line of it down back with a square leg for 4. You could say 5 leg or 45. He got it where he wanted. Lovely shot by Charles. He played that one well, you know. Lewis thumped his fist. Cars over the wicket. Bowls to Charles and he swings and misses. It goes through to the keeper. 12 without loss. He's asking for a wide. I would love to see it from side on. Definitely would love to see it from side on because Charles is asking for, well, no ball signal. Well, yes. No ball signal. Well done. Strange. I would love to know what that no ball was signaled for. Cars bowls to Charles and he hit it over long off. Bounce away into the boundary for 4. Pitch drop, free hit away over long off for 4. West Indies 17 without loss after 1.4 overs. Charles moves up to 8 from 8 delivery, striking at exactly 100. So it's a pitched up and he swung it away over the top, down to the boundary for 4. It was a free hit. And he leant into it. So slash a like on the video, click on that subscribe button. Cars bowls to Charles and he dug out a Yorker to lock mid on and there is no run. So Cars to Charles. So as I said, just if you're not seeing the thumbs up button, just click off the live chat. You will see it. Click on it and like the video. And so it doesn't take a second and it's free of cost and it's just showing your appreciation. If you are here, it's only fair that you show your appreciation if you are here. Cars bowls to Charles and he swung this away down to Cow Corner. Oh, there's a fielder. Oh. There's a fielder down at Cow Corner. 18 without loss after 2 overs. So Charles is on 9 from 10. Lewis is on 7 from 3. Cars 1 over, none for 11. 18 for 2. 18 without loss West Indies after 2 overs. 18 without loss after 2 overs. West Indies 18 without loss after 2 overs. The target is 249, so that's 12 and a half runs per over. That's definitely 12 and a half runs per over. So that's the, and we are going at 9. So we are still in the game. Let's watch Luke Wood. He comes in, bowls to Charles, and Charles dug out a Yorker to mid-off as he was giving himself room, and that ball zeroed in on the stump, and he managed to get back onto it, and there is no run. The champion, how you doing, man? Welcome. Let's watch this delivery from Luke Wood. Over the wicket, bowls to Charles, and Charles swings this to the man at mid-wicket and gets himself out of his misery. Bottom edge, inside portion of the bat, swings, get himself out of his misery. That should be the end of his career for the West Indies. 9 from 11 deliveries. Oh, he will be going to Ireland. But definitely, this must be the last time that Johnson Charles played for the West Indies. The game has passed him by now. He's closer to 40 than 35. And really and truly, anyone who is watching it, even the biggest Charles fans must realize that this thing has passed him by at this time. Good afternoon to you, Chinese Dalka. Dean Davy, good afternoon. Roddy Latu, good afternoon. Chances, good afternoon. Sheldon Smith said, Let us pray that Lewis gets off. He's the only one out of the top 3 that can score at the required rate. Yeah, that's a fair point. But we would hope though that more batsmen than him get off. But realistically, if you are looking at it realistically, he is the only one who can really go at 180 in the top 3. Charles played until pension, said Rotilatu. Dark day for West Indies cricket, Mr. Brown, said Craig Kanai. This is Johnson Charles' last chance. He's finished, said Ferrell Francis. I was never impressed with Charles, said Trini. As put balls to hope and hoping that customary fashion of his where he goes deep in his crease and jumped and played that ball on the back of the square leg. He's off the mark. West Indies 19 for 1. Valerie said, you know who would be a great player in this situation? Please tell us. We'll be happy. Charles will get selected as long as Sammy is in charge, said Vernon John. I hope not. I hope that's not. I really hope that that's not the case. Tucked away by the left-handed Evan Lewis, down to back with a square leg where Adil Rashid field. 1 more to the total. West Indies 20 for 1 after 2.4. JMT Border said, keep in mind Charles doesn't pick himself. Well, I would have said that earlier, but I don't quite know why you phrase it that way. So do you want to explain why you phrase it that way? Because I think you didn't phrase it for it to mean literally JMT Border. Good to have you here. Happy to have you here. You're always here. Where you tuning in from? You're always tuning in from. So good to have you here. What happened to Spiceman there? This looks like a job for Etty, said Wilsonmans. Well, I no one player is going to win the match as Sheo played this to wide of mid-on and they got a single. As you saw when England batted, it was a collective effort from their batsmen and no one player is going to win the match. So I heard Sheldon Smith talking about his Trinidadian counterpart, Evan Lewis, and now Wilsonmans talking about his Guyanese counterpart. So the bottom line is that as a collective West Indies team, we need everyone to fire and fire good. Trini said Charles struggled in the last match, caused us the game, plus his poor fielding. Yeah, he was poor in the last match. Are they playing on the same pitch, said Kenton Clunis. One has to wonder. His skills is upskilling of Kenton Clunis. Our bowlers are not as skilled as the English bowlers. And our batsmen are not as skilled as the English batsmen. Jack's bowls to Shea Hope, who hit it over long off for 6. Good shot by the West Indies captain. It's 27 for 1. So they're going to try and bowl a lot of spin to us. As you saw, the graphics show that below 75 miles per hour, the strike rate is just 139. And above 75 miles per hour, the strike rate is 226. So they're going to try and bowl a lot of spin to us. So unless Shea Hope plays a blinder, bowls to Hope, deep in his crease, work it down to long on for a single, and they jog it instead of run hard. That's the difference between the West Indies. Although the ball is going straight to the man at long on, he's a human being. He can make a mistake, run hard, so that if he misfield, you would have already taken, by the time the ball reached the field at long on, you would have already taken 2-3 steps out of your ground. So if he misfield, you would have halfway down the pitch already. Bam! But when you jog chat it, that's what the term. What happened to Brandon King? He was dropped, in the wisdom of the greatest cricket coach of all time. He was dropped. So you have to support the coach decision. What really happened is that we want these players to do well, whatever country they are from. But I cannot see how anyone would assess that Johnson Charles could make runs at a reasonable enough pace to be effective against this English batting lineup. Shayov swung this over deep mid-wicket for the second six of the over. Well, I'm calling six before even I saw where the ball is going. You can imagine? I've gotten it so wrong so many times when I say six, and the fielder end up being, and the batsman end up being out. But that one was spot on. I got that one spot on. Good shot. So where's the billion? So no disrespect, Valerie, but that person is no longer a part of West Indies cricket. So I don't really care to call his name. Valerie, you're a legend of this community. Respect you all the while. Please understand and respect my position. I know we respect each other, but that person no longer being a part of West Indies cricket, I will probably do a show to discuss his exit, but right now he's no longer a part of West Indies cricket, so I'm not too keen. And while West Indies is playing a match, I'm not keen on really having a discussion around him. So please understand my position, Valerie. I respect you. I appreciate you. And please understand my position. So, Roddy Clay said, I agree. I understand, said Valerie. Respect. Thank you for that. Respect should set you free. Big up yourself. No turn from Jacks. They should target him. 15 off this over. 36. Big up, Valerie. Big up. 36 for 1. Dawson, the left arm orthodox spinner, comes in, bowls to Shayop down the leg side. He came off batter pad without no sliding effort there by Luke Wood. They stay on 1. What's the signal from the umpire? Leg by 37 for 1 after 4.1. Lewis comes in to strike. And can he take this left arm orthodox spinner to the cleaners? Really would like a big innings here from Lewis taking this bowler to the cleaners. Definitely. We'll be happy for that. So, Lewis seconds. Dawson comes into him and he swings this high in the air. Let's see. It falls into the man's lap. He's out. That's Duckett. West Indies lost their second wicket. 37 for 2 after 4.2. It's just a skill thing. Danger Man Dawson said Banana Brooks. Yeah, he got his second wicket, his first wicket, and you recall in that match. It's just a skill thing. I always ask myself, and even this morning, the great Elton and I were talking, and we were saying that, why is it every team in international cricket, every team, Scotland, Ireland, Bangladesh, Zimbabwe, when you see their players this year, and then when you see them next year, they improve. You can see that they have upskilled themselves, no matter what age. They have upskilled themselves. It's visible for us to see. They have upskilled. Why is it that when we see the West Indies players here after here, it appears to us that they are regressing. Dawson to Shimron, Hetmyer played it out into the onside for a single. Valerie said that Dawson is a solid player. Happy is getting a few games now in the twilight era. Yes, so thank you, Valerie. Shea Hope is now planning his excuse speech. Now we can still win. And chances, Dalka, we can still win. Hetmyer plays this one in the gap. Wow. For a moment there, you know what they said, for a moment, what they say, your heart was in your mouth, because that one was in the air. The great bat, this great player of spin bowling, you know, hit that one in the air between extra cover and mid-off. And for a moment there, my heart was in my mouth, as they say. Nonetheless, has opened the front foot and eased this one down to wide of mid-off for a single. West Indies 41 for 2. Hetmyer and 3 comes back into strike. Enos D said, continuous brainless consistent brainless batting. Skill is something you practice. We are not practicing, said Sheldon Smith. Thank you, Sheldon Smith. Swung away by Hetmyer down to deep mid-wicket, 6 runs. Pitched up, and Hetmyer swung it away down to deep mid-wicket for 6. West Indies move up to 47 for 2. Hetmyer 9 from 3 deliveries. End of over number 5. Yes, Sheldon, but I am glad you are saying that now, because when I have been saying that, I remember you telling me, you and John P. Nicol and Mr. Casanova and a number of you guys telling me 3-4 years ago, say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. You have to teach them these things from they are 12, 13, 14. But that's not true. That's not the science. That's not practicality. So I'm glad you come around to it, Sheldon. Very, very happy. Are we doing a watch along for the Test Championship? I'm seriously considering it, Valerie. Really seriously considering it. Yeah. You love a lot of fun, said Roddy Lacoy. Thank you. I tried to be. Time to count the balls faced by Hetmyer. Shane Ford just hear me, man. Shea Hope turned this one into the onside as Luke could start his third over. And Shea Hope just turned that one into the onside for a single. Oh, the poll that is going on. Okay, so let's check on the poll, please. So, well, majority of you, 35% of you think that he will face more than 10 deliveries, while 30% think that he will face less than 10. I hope none of you are right. I hope none of those options are right. Let's hope that he faces about 50, 60 deliveries and score at 300. So he made 150, 180. Would balls to Hetmyer, who swings, got a top edge over the keeper down the ground for 4. So short into the stump, Hetmyer swings at it, top edge over the keeper down to the boundary for 4. Yes, so if Hetmyer face 50 deliveries and scored at a strike rate of 300, that's 150. So all the rest of the batsmen would have to do is to get 99 from 60 delivery, 70 delivery, and that is possible. So I hope none of you are right. Yeah. Put balls to Hetmyer, and Hetmyer turn this into the onside. They go through for an easy single. He moves up to 14. West Indies 53 for 2. 53 for 2. Lewis is too inconsistent, said Vernon John. He makes runs every 4 or 5 games. Not good enough. Plus, he is a terrible fielder and poor runner between the wickets. Vernon John, I understand your frustration, but don't you think you're probably not really down the middle, but a little to the left? Well, again, it's your assessment. I can only respect your assessment. I respect your opinion. Just to say, I'm about Or as Luke would boast to Hope, who gave himself room, who'd followed him, it came off the pad and goes down to short 5 leg for a leg by. Short third man for a leg by, 54 for 2. I would say I'm 60% in agreement with you. Yes, so he's going to beat that man. So, Carlton, you are the eternal optimist. So am I, said Betty. Okay. Val the Golden, it says, it's only a matter of time before they all gifted their wickets away. Let's watch Luke over the wicket. Balls to Hetmyer, who swings this away high in the air. It gone into the crowd for another 6. I told you Hetmyer is going to play a blinder today. Please slash a like on the video and click on the subscribe button. I don't necessarily believe the batsmen on the other side are necessarily more talented than us. They just think and process better, longer and more consistently than us. They also practice longer than us, so they practice and they upskill themselves, so they have the confidence. Luke would boast to Hetmyer and he swung this over long on for 6. Oh, what a innings here by Shimron Hetmyer. Oh my Lord, I'm losing my voice. 60 without loss after 6. 66, sorry. Hetmyer is on 26 from 7. End of the power play. Lewis time away from the game is showing he still looks rusty, said Sheldon Smith. That could be a good point, yes. And yes. And Samuel Kane is saying, Etty turning on the heat. Yes. Good afternoon, Mrs. Brown. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Hope you're having a good day. Thank you for tuning in. This is what I don't like now. Hit 2-6 and I'm changing pad and them something that I give the bowlers them time to think about it. John, no. I never yet like them something. Never yet like them something. Thank you for being here, Mrs. Brown. It's good to have you here. The way this is going now, we need to get up to 150 likes. So 150 likes, we need to get up to 150 likes. Please slash a like on the video. Bethel bolts to Hope, bang this away down to the field and the cover boundary for a single. Or they come back for 2. Well run, Hetmyer. Well run, Shimron Hetmyer. Wow. Yes, so let's get the likes up to 150. It's exhilarating stuff, man. We can do better. If you're not seeing the like button, click off the live chat. You will see it. Click on it. We can do better. Let's get it up to 150. Bethel round the wicket, balls to Hope, who played this away now to the right of the cover field on the boundary. 1 more to the total. 69 for 2 after 6.2. I catch my breath between deliveries, because this is how. Thank you. Respect, Mrs. Brown. Yes, definitely. See that? You see that, man? See that? You know, man, come on, man. The man have to be tying your lace. You're hitting the ball so sweetly and you're wasting time. Because Jano. Said, don't think it's that they are showing too much respect, just that their ability to play proper shots are very limited, said Enos, and that's because they have not practiced enough, so they don't have the confidence. Kingman, I've already mentioned that I'm not going to talk about that person today. Another 6 by Hetmyer. Oh no, same thing I said. Every time I say it, me wrong. He out caught a long on. Right out of the screw, straight in at the man a long on. What I said? Oh, Ratty, he never faced 10 ball. He never faced 10 balls a backside. So 30% of you got it right that you will face 10 ball. You just 10. You how many times I tell myself, so I not call the 6 before. But interestingly though, now you realize what I say. Yes, it makes sense. Don't slow down the game, man. You're sitting in the dressing room. Take your time and make sure that your kits are properly fitted. Make sure that your shoes lace is properly tied. Now, if this was a one-off situation, can I say yes? Because anybody's shoes lace can get unpulled and so on. But we see this all the time with these players, especially Hetmyer. We see it all the time. And I keep on saying it. When you're on top of the bowler should not be waiting on you. How many times I said it? When you're on top of the bowler should not be waiting on you. But West Indies batsmen, no man. They more care about how they look. Bettel to Rutherford, and Rutherford off the back foot strokes it to the man at extra cover, and there's no run. So he has gone back to this bright red pad. Heard that there is lucky pad. I don't think anything had happened to Rutherford there. No, I'm telling you the truth. I hope I'm right. This is one of the time now when I'm definitely hope that I'm right. I don't think anything had happened to him there. I just think that his pants rub on his tie and he said, let me come off here, man, go rest. Many hitters, few batsmen, said Enos. Steve Russell said whitewash. Bettel to Rutherford is forward. He played it out into the outside. He goes through for a quick singer. Nobody has a tie problem going through for that quick singer. 70 for 3 after 7. Jamor Smalls, captain. What went wrong, captain? Oh, we had plans, but we didn't execute. Jamor Small. So Jamor Small is conducting the interview. So here's what he's saying now to share up. That's a brilliant one, you know. So yes, Jamor Small. Captain, what went wrong? So you share up now. We never execute, you know. We didn't execute, but it's in the past. So we move on to Ireland because it's in the past and we can do nothing about it. But we didn't execute. Brilliant, brilliant. Everybody just need to do what Etty did and we win, said Wilson Mans. Rutherford go out. Is today's match this? Oh Lord, it's because he out the same way on Sunday. That's why I thought that it was a replay of Sunday dismissal. West Indies 70 for 4 after 7.1. What's going on here? Always some distraction and they gifted their wickets away, said Valney Golden. Sammy should open with Hetmyer and never select Charles to open again. So yeah, Sammy can't bat, boss. Vernon John, Sammy can't bat, you know. Sammy could hit away a few balls, but he can't really bat. He couldn't really bat. So, but again, probably he's better than Charles, who to tell. Chansey Dalkai said, we are clearly seeing that something's grossly wrong with our cricket. Players, coaches, etc. Powell Day today said, Kingman. Well, once again, I hope so, but you also hope that it will be Shea Day and Romario Shepherd Day, you know, and who else? Jason Older Day. Because one man alone can't win it, you know. Definitely. That one turn across him, loud appeal, beauty of a leg break. It came forward, he played, it came off the pad, and they'll come back for 2. Probably Powell doesn't seem like he knew what was going on there. I think it's probably high though. The leg break grips and turn across the right under. As I said, if Lewis don't score big, we stood no chance, said Sheldon. I I leave it to your opinion, Sheldon. But I don't want to look at the cricket like that, but if you think so, leave it to your opinion. Respect your opinion. Don't agree with it, though. Yeah, that's the best way to say it. Respect your opinion. Don't agree with it. Our bowling is very poor. 248 is too many, said Samuel Kane. Our T20 captaincy journey has not started well, and there is a flare up of silence about this fact. Flare. On the back foot goes Powell, bending the right knee, slapped it down to the field and the cover boundary. 72 for 4 after 7.3 overs. Powell is off the mark. It should be 73 because they run 2 when the ball go down there. Yes, no, 73. Thank you. Adil Rashid comes in, bowls the shea up off the back foot, turn it into mid-wicket. They run hard for 1. Will they come back for 2? No. The fielder coming off the deep mid-wicket boundary swoops in and prevented the second. 74 for 4 after 7.5 overs. Somebody was saying that maybe you need Ailey Matthews. Yes. After back foot goes Powell, cannot beat the short mid-wicket, end of over number 8, West Indies 74 for 8. The target is 249. This is an oxymoron. Joseph is West Indies' best bowler. Meanwhile, he's not opening the bowling and is just as expensive as the lesser bowlers. The corners is too much, said Steve Rasu. Those comments, I think, came from Never Isaac. Enos D said, Michael Olding said this years ago and was predicted that T20 could negatively impact his career before he had enough time to develop into a proper batsman. About who? TKR supporter is saying that we need DeAndre Dutton too. That's a good one. Not only Ailey Matthews, but DeAndre Dutton. Good to see. Good to hear you guys talking about the ladies on a men channel, because when we are doing a watch along for the women, we don't talk about the men any at all. Patrick Ascott is saying almost every other T20 team has evolved. I'll correct you there, Patrick Ascott. After this delivery from Bethel, he comes in, bowls to Powell, and Powell off the back foot, steered it to the man at cover, who didn't pick it up cleanly, and they go through for a run. Yes, they go through for a run. 74 for 5. And he said every other T20 team, almost every, but I'll correct you there. It's not almost every, it's every. Every T20 team, when you look at them, they have evolved. Shea Hope slapped this one down to long off for a single. One more to the total, 77 for 4. And yeah, the game. And we still at 2020 just trying to power every ball over the boundary. Yes, Patrick. But remember that we have a coach who said that they first have to learn to stop. They have to learn to stop us from hitting boundaries. But they have stopped. So what's his next plan? Bethel to Powell, who looks to swing, misses, taken on his body, and there is no run. So this is not what is required. Powell is only on 2 from 6 delivery. This is not what is required. Let's watch Bethel. He comes in now, bowls to Powell, up, and Powell drives, caresses it down to the boundary for 4. That's a magnificent shot, you know. That was pure West Indies flair. Oh, he just caresses it away down to the backward point boundary for 4. What a shot. Is that the shot of the West Indies innings thus far? Look at that. Oh, sweet. Sweet square drive by Ravman Powell. He needs to keep going though, because he's only 6 from 7 deliveries. So he needs to keep going. Shea Hope. Bethel bowls to Powell and he turned it away wide of the long on fielder. One more to the total. 82 for 4 at the end of 9. Powell is on 7 from 8. Shea Hope is on 24 from 17. And so, Powell has to up the run rate now. He has to up the strike rate. He has seen enough deliveries, 8 deliveries, so he needs to up the strike rate. I believe this whitewash has very little, if anything at all, to do with Shea Hope's captaincy, Enos D said. No boundaries in 3 overs. Well, just got one there, yes. But I got the point, Wayne Brown. West Indies surrender, yes, said. They could take down some of these part-time bowlers such as Bethel, said Mango Reef. Adil Rashid bowls to Powell, who uses his feet, come down the pitch, play to mid-wicket, chance for a run out, bad return. He came down the pitch. Adil Rashid saw him coming, pulled it down short. Powell adjusted and tapped it into the onside, but was sent back by Shea Hope. The single was never on. And he hit this away high, over long on. Let's see. It gone for 6. That's more like it. 13 now from 9 deliveries. 10 deliveries. 88 for 4. That's more like it. The truth is, though, Enos, the Hope should never have been made captain. That's in my opinion. He should never have been made captain. Adil Rashid comes in, bowls to Rahman Powell, who slapped it down to long off for 4. Oh, that was a powerful shot, That was a real powerful shot because the bowler got a hand to it. And it's straight long off, could not stop it because, for West Indies batsmen, they tend to set long on very straight. Oh, he never got any hand to it, but it was slapped powerfully. So Adil Rashid pitched up and Powell hit it away. Down to long on for 4. The field and the boundary has no chance. He was probably 3-4 meters from the ball and he still didn't have a chance. Comes in, bowl short outside the half stump, cut away, down to backward point, work for the field. I can't get there. And so Powell is taking an opportunity here to score some runs. And that strike rate now looks better. 21 from 12. 96 for 4. 2 deliveries to come before the drinks break. 1-1 Coco can't full this basket, said Volney Golden. True. When I really appreciate the comments coming in. Bowls to Powell, he's forward, he blocks the leg break. He already gotten 14 out of the over. This is Adil Rashid's second. 1.5 overs, 1 for 16. The drinks break will come up after this over. And then I'll get a chance to go through some comments. Drinks break these days last very quickly. Rashid bowls to Powell. Whipped away. Full toss. Should have hit it harder. Nonetheless, down to the man at Cow Corner for a single. 22 from 14 deliveries is Powell. West Indies 97 for 4. And Shea Hope 24 from 17 deliveries. 10 overs gone. The drinks break. Let me see how many comments I can run through. Give a quick response. But please understand the response that I'm giving. Kelly G said, Hetmyer fulfill his IPL role excellently today. Yes, that's true. I love that. Kingman said, England range of shots are wider than West Indies. That's one of the reasons our bowlers struggle. Kingman, that is true. And that's why I use the word that the batsmen are not upskilling. It's just that the skill set, because and I said it many times, when we practice a shot, and when we get it right, we stop because we think we can play. But no, these guys practice the shot 4, 5, 6 hours a time when they are practicing it. Mango Reef said we need a leg spinner and death bowler. Yeah, I agree with you, but I'd also say that we need a lot more than that. I agree. Shea Hope should never have been appointed captain, said Farrell Francis. Yeah, that doesn't mean that I don't support him enough. Because he's the captain, so you have to support him. Because he's a captain, you have to back your captain, but he should not have been appointed. Required rate 15 and over. Well, let's hope we can keep it up because we got 15 from that over. Mr. Brown, are you going to do a show after the game? In the evening, probably about 5:30, 6:30 thereabout. And I will have more than one person. I suspect that Shea Hope is a team player, however. I don't believe he should have accepted the captaincy role. He runs the risk of accepting unnecessary responsibility for a failing team. Thank you. Lawrence David is saying, Kelly, oh, okay, thank you. You're responding to JBX, D007. What is going to take to bring us back to some relevance? Only in the short format. Test cricket, the sun done set. No, I don't think the sun has set yet, JB Docs, but you'd appreciate that. I have laid out a lot of things, and even yesterday somebody asked me this question. I never have enough time, and I gave him a quick answer, and there are more details because I've done a number of videos on what it needs to take to bring it back. But one of the place we really have to start is to introduce cricket to our basic school and primary school children from a very young age. We have to start introduce them to cricket. That's where we have to. That's not the only thing. There are about 10 things that we need to do. But that's one of the places that we need to start. So Dawson, the left-arm orthodox spinner, round the wicket, comes in, bowls to Powell, and Powell got the arm ball but managed to get some inner portion of the bat on it. It goes down wide of long off. They stay on 1. Yes, he's on 23. Shea Hope comes into strike. First time for a very long time. Blessings, Preacher Cardis. Good to have you here. Let's watch this. Darcy comes in, bowls to Hope, and Hope backed away, gave himself room and hit it wide of extra cover. Who made a brilliant stop. They should come back for 3 though. Must come back for 3. No, they stay on 2. 100 up for West Indies. Hopefully we can save face against Ireland, but I'm not so convinced with these performances, said Mr. Casanova 1. Sheldon Simmet is saying that Pollard being forced out was the start of our demise. Believe it or not. Well, again, Sheldon, I respect that, but I respect your views, but I don't believe it. Reverse sweep by Shea Hope, but it doesn't go to the boundary. It goes straight to the field, and that's the difference. Greetings, Montague. That comment gone. Sorry, Montague. I hope I can read the next one. The comments are coming in real fast. Maybe I need to adjust it to slow mode. Big up yourself, Bettel. Bowls to Hope, who played back down the pitch to the bowler, who field, and there's no run. So 15 runs and over needed. 1 from 3 deliveries in this over thus far. 1 from 4. Dawson. The left arm out. No, 3 runs from the over. Ball to Shea Hope, who slapped it down the ground, high in the air, in the gap. No matter what you do this time, you won't catch that lovely shot. 7 from the over thus far. 5 deliveries have been bowled. This one need to go for a 6. 104 for 4. A machine only as good as its users, said Valerie. True, absolutely true. Valerie, I give yourself trouble, you know. The algorithm back not working, said Valerie. Valerie, man, amusing. Shea Hope comes on the front foot and ease this to the man wide off mid-off. They go through for a quick singer. They're going to go upstairs and look at this, but I think that Powell made it. 105 for 4 at the end of the over. Oh, they're not going upstairs. Mr. Casanova said 26 off 8 balls. Yes, he played it. Well, the thing about it, a lot of persons didn't expect him to face. Never expect him to face 10 deliveries. Carlton, I admire your unwavering optimism for West Indies cricket no matter what. How dire the situation. Yeah, yes. So Michael Douglas is saying that the test squad just dropped. Okay. So I will. Well, it dropped from 145, but I never saw it. Well, I'm on the live, so I'm never. You could understand. So it dropped 145. It dropped from. So I will. So thank you very much, though, Michael. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. So I'm going to put up the test squad very shortly. Oh, beauty by Shea Hope. A reverse scoop for 6. It must be. It can't be 4. Oh, the reverse scoop. It must be 6. What are they waiting on? Yeah, of course it is 6. Look at Shea Hope. The reverse scoop. Wow. 6 runs. All that cars. All that cars. Well played, Shea Hope. And he does it again. Oh, it is time for 4. Oh, Shea Hope. What a beauty. He's on 41. West Indies in it. West Indies in it, you know. West Indies is definitely in this. Wow, what a beauty. What a beauty by Shea Hope. Oh, he's turning on the trail. Cricket West Indies announced 16-member test squad for home series against Australia. Why 16 players? Let's go down and hear what they have to say. Over the wicket, balls 2 up, and he slapped it down to extra go for 4. Oh, what a innings this by Shea Hope. What a innings. 119 for 4. Turning on the trail. 45 from 25. 3 deliveries to come in this over. So there it is. The start of the Test Championship cycle is critical to building positive momentum as we strive to work our way up the ranking, beginning with a strong showing against a team like Australia, would be ideal in our quest to bring West Indies cricket back to the M of Test cricket, said Bascom. Cars to Hope, and he tried it again, but this time it goes through to the keeper. That's the reverse scoop. He misses this time. It was imperative that we sought to put a squad together that was well equipped in both and the batting and bowling department to manage the ebbs and flows of this format of the game, while possessing the ability to apply pressure in key phases through disciplined, purposeful play. Over the wicket, balls to Hope, and he's out. Butler took the catch. Cars followed him, and he popped it high in the air. Butler took the catch. Shea Hope is out. So West Indies lost their 5th wicket. Captain Shea Hope goes. He tried. He definitely tried. But again, it's just a different skill set. What was he doing there, though? In the end, you don't know what he was doing. He premeditated a shot. That's why it ended up looking that ugly. But he tried. You know, he tried. And when you premeditated, but he tried. 45 from 27 deliveries. Good knock. Hope that it had gone on, though. So here's now head coach Darren Sammy. We analyze what the top teams in the world are doing. So you remember the point that you made, Mikel, some time ago, that about a particular fast bowler. So let's leave it there. So here's head coach Darren Sammy. We analyze what the top teams in the world are doing and what is needed for us to bridge the gap. We have identified a direction along with a group of players and resources to give us the best advantage. As shot to Shepherd, and he bailed out of the pull shot. to give us the best advantage as we seek to take the team up ladder and challenge the best in the world. Sammy added, I am excited about the inclusion of young prospect Kevlan Anderson, who comes in, so we know one member of that team already, who comes in after solid season in our domestic competition to help provide stability in the top order. While the return of Shayhope is welcome given his consistency in white ball cricket, but when was it that Shayhope wasn't consistent in white ball cricket? Even when he was failing in test cricket, he was consistent in white ball cricket. Rashid to Powell, and Powell turned this away into the onside. They go for one, they're looking for two, but good work by Bettel prevents it. Powell moves up to 24 from 16. Brandon King's inclusion fits a role we have identified that needs special focus to take our team to those closer to the top of the ranking. So, as Shepherd turned this to backward square leg and there's no run. Sammy continue. I am truly looking forward to this series because I'm truly looking forward to this series because we want to start off strongly and make our home turf a fortress during this cycle. While having our passionate and proud fans behind us, the matches will be challenging. Rashid bowls to Shepherd, who played it to extra cover, no run. The matches will be challenging, but I believe in the core of players, and they are eager to wear the maroon and make the fans happy. So there's the 16-man squad. Adil Rashid comes in, bowls to Shepherd, who played it back to him and is out. Oh, sorry. I thought it went straight back to him. What happened there? Let's see from this angle what happened. Oh, it never went straight back to him. It's on the bunks. Rashid to Shepherd, and Shepherd popped this in the air and it's brilliantly caught this time. Oh, what a catch by Brook. Shepherd is at sea as West Indies lost their 6th wicket. So, as expected, Raston Chase the captain, Jamel Warwick on the vice captain, Kevlan Anderson, Craig Brathwaite, John Camber, Casey Carty. What's happening here? Oh, sorry about that. So, Raston Chase, Jamel Warwick, Kevlan Anderson, Craig Brathwaite, John Camber, Casey Carty, Justin Greaves, Shayhope, Tevin Imlach, Alzari Joseph, Shamar Joseph, Brandon King, Yuan Lane. Happy to see Yuan Lane there. I think he earned it. Also happy to see Anderson Phillip there. Very much so. Mikel Louis is still there, and Jaden Seals. I really think Yuan Lane earned it. So I'm happy to see him there. I always think Anderson Phillip, those of you who are here all the time would have known my remarks about Anderson Phillips. So there's a West Indies 16-man squad. Just let me go through it again if you have not seen it before. Raston Chase, the captain, Jamel Warwick, vice captain, Kevlan Anderson, Craig Brathwaite, John Camber, Casey Carty, Justin Greaves, Shayhope, Tevin Imlach, Alzari Joseph, Shamar Joseph, Brandon King, Yuan Lane, Mikel Louis, Anderson Phillip, and Jaden Seals. Now that's a 16-man squad. And I'm going to read out the management unit. You know why? Because if the management unit was not important, why have so many of them? So these are the persons. Look how many persons West Indies paying to prepare the team. And they can't win nothing. Head coach Darren Sammy. And he has 3 assistant coaches. Assistant coach responsible for batting, Floyd Reefer. Assistant coach responsible for bowling, Ravi Rampal. Assistant coach responsible for fielding, Ryan Griffiths. He's the best of them. He's a better coach than Sammy too. But yes, Ryan Griffiths and Andre Coley are the two best tactical coach in the region. So I'm happy to see that Ryan Griffiths is in it. He's a very, very good coach. Very, very good coach. Team manager Raw Lewis, physiotherapist Dennis Byam, strength and conditioning coach Ronald Rogers, massage therapist Darcy Brown, team analyst Avinash Sitaram, content and media officer, that young man. So that's the situation. So welcome back. I hope that now you are up to date with the West Indies squad. So really, and that's a playing 11th. Really appreciate it, sir. Preacher Card is a head coach. We need to know the details of their skills because we just keep losing, said Stephen Russell. Yes, Mr. Brown, would you know that this has been a never-ending spiral for West Indies for decades? What has been the constant in all this time amidst changing player, captain, etc.? Mr. Brown, it's player power. Player power has been the constant. Player power, boss. And administration and coaches that are timid. And no way you drop the silver and edge for Imlach and Louis and King, said Valerie. Wow. We down the pitch come Jason Holder, hit it hard back to the bowler. It burst through his hand, hit it. Where else did it hit him? It's a tough cookie, this Darcy guy, you know. Would love to see where else that ball hit him. Or nowhere else. Just off his hand and between his leg. Here's just off his hand between his leg. Here's Darcy. Balls to Powell, who stepped out and slapped it hard back to him. They are peppering this Darcy guy off his own bowling. He's in trouble off his own bowling, you know. Wow. 127 for 6. He's in trouble off his own bowling. That one was hit hard. I come into the comments, just let me do reach 150 likes, because if no 150 likes, I can just concentrate on the cricket and don't have to read the comments because it's going fast. Now let's get the likes up to 150. It's at 145. So I can concentrate on the cricket for a little until the likes goes up to 150. So we definitely have to look at the West Indies squad later. Pulled away by Powell down to Cow Corner, straight to the fielder. One more. He's moved up to 25 from 18. West Indies 128 for 6. One delivered to coming over number 14. So please remember to slash a like on the video. Let us get it up to 150. And remember, if you are not seeing the thumbs up button, just click off the live chat and you will see the thumbs up button. Click on it. Balls to Holder with the sign there. He mistimed it, you know, and he's dropped. He's dropped on the long on boundary, mistimed it, but Duckett was unable to take the catch as he came in. At the end of over number 14, West Indies 129 for 6 after 14. Powell on 25 from 18. Jay Sold on 3 from 5. 3 from 5. So please touch a like on the video. I'll soon check on it. As soon as I check on it, I will go back to your comments. So interesting, 14 overs, 129. So there's a lot to discuss later. We'll have to discuss that team. I'll have to invite in a panel and we discuss the West Indies squad later. And then, so there's a lot to be discussed. I'll have to have a show to discuss the gentleman who retired from West Indies cricket. And then I have to have another show to review this series. So 3 shows line up, and yet still there's match tomorrow, match Thursday, match Friday. Older hit this one long and hard off Bethel. Let's see, it's 6 runs into the stand. So there's a lot of cricket to discuss. But please remember to slash a like on the video in the meantime so we can. Mr. Casanova said, if Hope is in the team, will he be keeping is the question I want to know. We'll definitely talk about that another line. Do you think we need a foreign coach? Not necessarily. If we're not, it doesn't matter which coach we get, Craig. If we don't, they're just looking at that shot. It doesn't matter which coach we get. If the coach is not going to implement certain things, like I am sure, because this is the policy, I'm sure that when the players are leaving, the coaches usually tell them what to work on. I know. Tell them what to work on. But if you tell a player to work on something and when the player turn up at the next camp, the player didn't work on it, why do you still keep him? Why don't you send him home? Until you have a coach who start doing those things. I think somebody got injured in the crowd and so the medics are over there. Oh my Lord, unfortunate. He was trying to catch the ball and he fell. But I saw some medics over there, so they're taking care of him. He will get good care. He's up now, though. He seems to be okay. Good. And says, down the pitch again, comes old and hit it down to long on, and this time he's dropped again. I was just about to say he's out, but he's dropped again. So that's where we really that's where we have to. Whichever coach we have, he must be able to do that. One would believe that the power that Sammy has, he should be able to do that, but he's probably not doing it. He's probably believe that if he does that, then there will be a backlash. I don't know, but I, for one, would support that. So Ravman Powell just goes across his crease and just padded it down to the boundary for 4. As Bethel was short and he just padded it down to the fine leg boundary for 4. West Indies 140 for 6 with Powell on 29, Jason Holder on 10. $140 for 6. Bethel. It is third over, 2.3, 1 for 23. The left-arm orthodox spinner is round the wicket. Bowls to Powell, who slapped this away, but straight to the field and the cover boundary for 1. He moves up to 30. West Indies 141 for 6. So we pick King as vice captain in T20 and not playing. But then put him in the test squad, only in West Indies. Laugh my ass off, said Sheldon. Sammy is not a real coach, said Ferrell Francis. Bowls to Holder, who swung this high in the air. It gone over the head of Longhorn for 6. You don't have to wait. Our chance, yes. So 147 for 6. Mr. Brown, Sammy would be a great preacher, said Patrick Smith. You know, one of the things, you know, the Sammy people, them soon come back at you in a preacher, so you stay there. Ferrell Francis and Patrick Smith, Sammy people, them soon come back at you, so you stay there. Here, you think them are lay dead. And as he bowls to Holder, and Holder does something and get the ball down back with a square leg, both feet together, and just use his hand to turn the ball down to square leg, standing up straight. He just stand up straight, both feet together, and just flick the wrist, flick the ball down back with a square leg. Nothing wrong with that. 149 for 6. So West Indies needs 105 overs. So what we really need now is 2-6 and 2-4 every over. So 5 overs are 30 deliveries, right? Do you agree? 5 overs, 30 deliveries. If we 10-6 and 10-4 from those 30 deliveries, no matter what time it comes, that's all we need to do to win this match. We are a boundary hitting team. The coach said that if you want to beat us, you have to learn to stop us from hitting boundaries. So let's see what happened here now. So Anne-Marie Valerie is saying, let's watch this delivery from Cars, and then I read your over. And Powell slapped this away for the first 4. So 9 fours and 10 sixes leave. Powell moves up to 34. Blackwood, Bravo, Diana. These fellas were good batsmen, but we dropped them because we say we give them too many chances. But look at their replacement. Now we giving them extra rope, said Valerie. Well said. I can't say it any better. 20 and over, yes. Comes balls to Hetmyer again. That's the second 4. That's the second 4. So 8 fours and 2 sixes to go. Roddy Clay, easy, so you're playing Sammy. But Roddy Clay, you have to get into the mind of the coach, and know how he thinks. Yeah? So two consecutive 4 by Powell now. So we need 2 6 out of this over. Well, even if it's 3 fours, it's all right. We just need that. In all, we're going to need 10 fours and 10 sixes. So a 6 don't have to come now. If 6 fours come out of the over, we're good. We just need that. We still need to hit 10 6 and 4 fours. Here is Cars. Balls to Powell. And Powell defends a good delivery as he was looking to give himself room, and he played it back down the inside of the pitch. That's okay. Powell runs stacking now yet again. Don't quite understand, but I read your comment. I didn't like the attitude of the previous coaches, but it wasn't their fault for our bad performances. Valerie, the coach, is always ultimately responsible for the performance of the team. It's always the coach that is responsible, Valerie. And if they are not Valerie, we balls to Powell who swings and misses, and it goes through to the keeper. If the coach is always responsible for the performance of the team. In any sport, the coach is responsible for the performance of the team. Gibson, Simmons, Coley, I don't blame them. They are to be blamed, Valerie. Coaches are always responsible. That's why they are the ones who get fired. Bishop can't catch nothing for even save him life. Just joking. 157 for 6. Cars. He's going to come around the wicket to Powell. And Powell pulls this high in the air. It's gone out of here for 6. Oh, so that's 2 fours and 1 6. So it's down now to 8 fours and 9 sixes as Powell moves up to 44. As Cars was short, back of a length from round the wicket, and Powell pulls it over the mid-wicket for 6 more. If Australia win the Test Championship, West Indies finish at home. Cars to Powell, and he dabbed that down to the man at short third man, and they go through for a single. So 15 off that over, but we need 20 and over. But it's still okay. We still have enough deliveries to get 9 fours. No, we still have enough delivery to get 9 6 and 8 fours, because that's 17, and we still have 24 deliveries. So that's okay. If Australia win the Test series, we finish at home, said yes. Simmons is a World Cup winning coach. Put some respect on his name, said Sheldon Smith. But Sheldon Smith, yeah, but you're as good as your last game, aren't you? You're as good as your last name, so yeah. Need a 30 runs over, said Michael Douglas. My thing is that as long as we 9-6 and 8-4s, you know, but I understand what you're saying, Michael. That really, he wins a World Cup, fine. Congratulations to him for that, Sheldon Smith. Enough respect. But also, he was poor in his last 10 years West Indies coach. Also to Powell, and Powell swings and misses. If he had connected that ball, it would still be flying. Bettel comes in, bowls to Powell, and he cuts it away, caught it back. Oh, dropped again. Darcy can't believe it. So you're telling me that Ireland and Scotland, Zimbabwe and USA have better coaches. Context, Valerie, I need some context. I don't quite get that. Just based on that theory, I don't quite get it, Valerie. But down the pitch, Yorked himself and he clipped it down to long on. This match is gone now. 164 for 6. But the points remain, Valerie. The coach is ultimately responsible for the performance of the team. Too late will be our cry, said Rudderley. West Indies just need better bowlers. We don't have what it takes to restrict any team, but we have the batting that can take down any bowling attack. Match been gone. Let's see. We still can win, but we'll need a miracle. Darso to hold a witness for 6. So anyone, so 8-4s and 8-6s needed. 8-4s and 8-6s needed, and remember that you can get 6-6 out of 1 over, you know. You can get 6-6 out of 1 over. Older play this one down to long on for a singer. One United, would you say West Indies is a national disgrace? They are not that high on our agenda. We shouldn't put them there. Power play was pretty too, said Roddy Clay. We shouldn't make them feel that important, General. Who made that comment if we think that West Indies is a national disgrace? To say that we are putting them to, making them too important, and they are not that important. Powell slap the holder, is in trouble, you know. Get out of the way, holder, and let the ball go for 4. What's wrong with you, lazy holder? What's wrong with you, lazy holder? Rob the man of his 50. Suppose the man get out now next ball. The ball hit straight back down the ground and lazy holder didn't get out of the way. Look at that. Look how much time he has to get out of the way. Look at that. Look how much time he has to get out of the way. And lazy holder just copped it in the family jewel. England sponsors is Butterfingers. A good one, Jamal Smart. Dr. Brown, you called for a Carty exclusion from the test team. I never did. And once again, John P. is lying on me. And the test team is not yet selected. The test squad is selected. So once again, he's lying on me, John P. Nicol. Boy, you can't tell lie for me, John P. Nicol. Boy, oh boy, what a man can't tell lie for me, man. Oh, hold that swung the side in the air. It got a long way in the air, and then it came down into the field at hand. Well, I never called 6 just now. Well done, Carlton. You never called 6. You call it as you saw it. Jason Older goes. So Lacy Older is gone for 25 from 11 deliveries. He tried. He bowled well today too, you know. He bowled well. Yeah, he bowled well today. And then at 25 from 11. Is he West Indies player of the match again? Could well be, you know. My brethren, you know, because John P. Nickel, he's one of those persons who are here with me a long time, you know. Mr. Brown, you forget the saying, if you live in hope, you will die in in Constant Spring. Terence said that, Mr. Brown, we have a serious problem because our players do not seem to be improving. That's why improving. Whereas you find new players coming through the England team and immediately they get into the groove and perform. I agree with that, you know, Terence Scott. But the other thing too, the other thing, after this delivery from Cars, as he comes in, balls to the left and then Gudakesh Moti, who played it down to long on for a single. And I totally agree with that part, Terence. I totally agree with that part. However, what we also see, because I know you're a Darren Sammy supporter, so you're trying to line up an excuse for Darren Sammy. But what we also see is that teams like Ireland and Zimbabwe and those teams, when they play against us, when we see those players the next time, they are better. What we are seeing from our West Indies players is that they are not improving. If anything, they regress. As Powell slapped this ball onto his shoulder and it goes down to long off. Mid off. I don't know how he get that. I would love to see the replay. He moves up to 47 though. It was a back of a length delivery. And he looked to hit it hard, probably bottom edge, and it comes off his body and goes down to mid off. So I know you're trying to line up an excuse for Sammy. So I know that you're a Sammy supporter. And nothing wrong with that, you know, because you have to have Sammy supporter, you have to have Sammy distractors, and everybody have to live together in harmony. So nothing wrong with that. Cars balls to Moti, swung this down to long on in the air, catch taken, and Moti goes. Michael Douglas, something just come to me a while ago, and I hope you are here. How many share out made? 45. So it just came to me. Good afternoon, Mrs. Brown. And Powell is on 47. How many times has Powell top score for the West Indies in the last 10 matches that he played? Michael, could you double check it for me, like, because I am on here. So please double check that for me. So even the West Indies team is not improving, while the other teams are improving. I'm not talking about new players. I'm talking about the players who are playing for West Indies. They are not improving. We don't see any improvement in their game. I would like to see what they do after the game today. Why do we expect a team with batsmen of technical deficiency compete with a team with highly competent batsmen? West Indies players have learning problem. Because I would do 3 hours training the next day. Well, 3 hours is small in a Valerie. The other teams are doing 6 hours. But what happened when West Indies team train for 3 hours? They complain of burnout. I absolutely Valerie. I'll make them rewatch the game tonight. I agree with that 100%. Every man have to rewatch the game tonight. And any man fall asleep, he's on the next. He have to check out of the hotel the next morning. Yeah. Yeah, man. West Indies cricket is bigger than everyone. You hear what happened to what happened to home, man? You hear what happened to home, man? Players have complain about the World Cup money. And they say, oh, you're complaining about the World Cup money. You can't wait till I get it. Go about your business. Check out your hotel. I'm just flying another team. They say, you come ask man about money. You can't wait till I get it. After nobody don't want your money for thief. Nobody not take away your money, you know, you'll get your money. So why this big fuss about asking, I come ask me for money when you know you'll get your money? So you know what? Check out at the hotel. Yeah. Yeah, man. Check out at the hotel. check out of the hotel. Kirk commute. Mr. Brown, if we had a man like Fabian Allen, Fabian Allen is washed up, Kirk commute. Talk the truth. Fabian Allen lost it, man. Fabian Allen and Johnson Charles in the same boat now, Kirk commute. Kirk commute, come on, man. Kirk commute, I'm disappointed with you, man. Fabian Allen, no, man. This past Fabian Allen, man. Him can't even make Jamaica side. This past him now, man. This past him. Powell swung this away down to the man at Cow Corner and he will move up to 49. Please remember to slash a like on the video and click on the subscribe button, and those who care to, there are links in the video description that you can click on and support the channel. We need to buy a camera to upgrade our live streaming. So if you want to contribute to that, we'll appreciate it very much. Powell is off the back foot and he steered this down towards the cover boundary. The fielder comes around. They should come back for 2. Another 50 for Rovman Powell. Michael Douglas, please remember, if you are here, please check out for me. How many times has Powell top score in the last 10 matches that he played for the West Indies? Keep an eye on Bangladesh. Let us see if a discarded Simmons can bring them back. JMT Border, that's wishful thinking, JMT Border. Adil Rashid comes into Powell. He's short and he pulled this over the top. 6 runs. He moves up to 56. Now, I'm telling you, the Israel's JMT Border. Because JMT Border, when last you saw Fabian play? No, man. West Indies Miss Champion Trophy, they will mix the next ODI World Cup, said Arvin Lynch. And the champion is a Captain Powell, Wally Muscles. Adil Rashid to Powell is on the back foot, and he played this down towards the fielder on the cover boundary. And they come back for 2 as he has to move a long way. What do you mean by decent, Kirk commute? Give me the numbers. Yogi D, I think 4 overs. Come on. Adil Rashid bowls to Powell. He looks to bowl Powell behind him. You know, very, very interesting. Rashid 2 for 30 from 3.4 overs. Rashid bowls to Powell, pitch outside leg as he looks to turn that. They go through for a quick single. The return comes in and Hussain gets through. So 188 for 8 of 18.5 overs. Now, there's something that somebody said about the bowlers. Because just looking at the score now, 188 is a good performance, you know. You know, so Kirk commute, tell me what Fabian did in it. And I will put it back. Tell me what Fabian did in his last 10 matches. And tell me who is replacing this team. No, man. No, Kirk commute. Just tell me. Tell me the numbers. You know, there's something I want to point out here. And these things are what we must point out. We must point out things that can stood up to argument, that can stood up to scrutiny, and not by our perception. And I saw something in that over a while ago which made me very proud of Rovman Powell. Adil Rashid and everybody in the world, they used to say as soon as you throw the ball to the leg spinner, Powell is out. And I know that that's a perception over the last 2 years, because anybody who's really following the cricket would know that Powell have the best strike rate. No, not the best strike rate. Sorry. Is is the best average. He has the best average against leg spin over the last 2 years than any other batsman in the West Indies team. That's the numbers, not the perception that some of you will have. The numbers. The last over here by Cars. He comes in, bowls to Powell, a Yorker, hit away down towards extra cover, and they will stay on one, and they didn't run. They never run. So the numbers will tell you that he has the best average. And also the dot ball percentage. Only one West Indies batsman have a lower dot ball percentage against leg spinner than Ravman Powell over the last 2 years. Those are not perception, those are the numbers. So yeah. But what made me extremely proud here is that Adil Rashid, he just whipped the free hit away down over the square leg boundary for 6, and he moves up now to 64. Adil Rashid, one of the very finest leg spinner in world cricket, and was given Powell himself a lot of challenges in the past. Powell was playing him so well that he had to switch to round the wicket. He has to try something else to how well Powell was playing him. Cast to Powell, and Powell somehow he looks to flick that away through the inside. It peeled off the outer edge and run down to backward point for 4. You make your own luck. He's on 68. Watching the ball out from the bowler's hand, said Valerie, all that. Powell has improved on leg spin, yes, said Samuel Kane. He has improved. And that's, so there are a lot of persons, you'd have heard it a lot of time that the coach can't improve the player and players can't improve after them reach certain age. Not true. That's a lazy approach. Cars to Powell, and he made his luck again as he swung out at that one. It come off the outer portion of the bat and go down to third man for 4. West Indies 200. So Powell has on 72 from 41 deliveries. Winner or lose, this is a big innings, West Indies did well here, We are not losing by 60, Sheldon. So losing by 60 is a good performance. Where are we going with that? Who said that though, Sheldon? I'm saying that's a good performance from the batsman. You score more than 200, the batsman would have performed well. Definitely. And what's it now? 40, it down now to 45. And Paul swung this away, down again to over the boundary. Is it another 6? Is he trying to make 100? No, he can't make it. Only 2 deliveries left, 4 runs. 76 is. So it's down to 41 now, Sheldon. So this. Dean Davis said, boy, Charles, I would love back those 12 balls that you wasted right now. Comes in, bowls to Powell. York him is done. 207 for 9. Powell York. And that's just the skill set. That's just a skill set that we lack, Because even here, Powell taking out the bowler, but he's still able to produce that wicket-taking delivery. Good, well played. Good effort in a losing cause, and that's just the skill set, because it's a no ball. It's a no ball. Oh, Lord. You make your own luck, man. You make your own luck. It's a no ball. It's a no ball. And it's not luck, because you see if the bowler foot was behind the crease, the ball would beat the bat, because it would have taken that little less fraction of a second to reach. So it would beat the bat if it was behind the crease. Because his foot was above the crease, the ball reached Powell quicker than it should have reached him. And he hit this over the top. Let's see. They gone for 1. They will come back for 2, surely. He moves up to 78. You know. So whenever a batsman is out of a no ball, it's not luck. Because cricket is a game of inches. And if his foot was behind the crease, the ball would not have reached the batsman that quickly. That it would have been delayed a fraction of a second. And we know that it's fraction of a second in it. As he played this down to long on, and he goes up to 79. So that's the end of the match. Yes, West Indies 210, losing by 38 runs. 211, losing by 37 runs. Powell learned to play spin in the minor T20 league. Well, it doesn't really matter, Sheldon, we learned to play it. We hope that more for a batsman will improve. It doesn't matter how or where. You just hope that they improve. That's the important thing. That's the important thing, Sheldon, isn't it? We just want our batsmen to improve, eh? We just hope more for our batsmen will improve. Sheldon, you check it out for me. Sheldon Smith, could you check it out for me? You and John P. Nicol. How many times Powell top score in the last 10 matches he played for West Indies in T20 cricket? You know, one question I have to ask though, and this is a captaincy thing. I'm going to close now, but this is a very controversial question that I have to ask. No, I'll save it for the next time. I'll save it for the Ireland T20. But this question it's a very controversial one that I have to ask. You know, so SOS Music Labor. Oh, SOS Music Labor is late. SOS Music Labor is late, and is another, you know, because they beat your boy today, you know, SOS Music Labor, and you weren't here to defend him. Them beat Sammy hard today, you know, and you weren't here to defend him. But I say, God, I know that next time you'll come back hard at them. You know, SOS, your boy get beaten hard today, and you weren't here to defend him. I saw you leave your people them alone, SOS, to fight for them one, and you run and hide. I think on the Terence Scott was here today to defend Sammy. But he really get some beating today. You know? All right, everyone. Thank you for being here. I appreciate your company. And I look forward to tomorrow for the women match. It is probably showing on YouTube, but we'll still do a watch along because I know that they love the banter, they love the talk. And as I said, you know, on a serious note, we're looking to get a high definition, a 4K high definition camera, you know, to help us to stream our cricket matches. You know, we stream a lot of cricket matches, and there's a link in the video description. You can click on that link and make your contribution. The camera that we're looking to get, it costs a substantial amount of funds because we want to upgrade the level of the cricket that we show. So please, you know, we're asking for your contribution. Those of you who care to, the link is in the video description. Click on the link and make your donation as we seek to get a camera as we prepare to stream matches live and bring it to you. You know, so thank you very much. Please support the effort. Please support the drive. The link is in the video description. Click on it. Thank you for tuning in. Have a wonderful afternoon. And I will see you later because there are 3 things to discuss, as I said. The squad, the series, the test squad, the series, and Nicholas Pooran retiring. So we'll have to do one of those later. So I'll get a crew and we'll do it. Thank you for being here and see you in a bit.